Well, the switch to digital is a big leap toward the future. It also closes a chapter in the history of News Channel 7.
Matt Behrens takes us through the storied history of our station in order to take a look at what today's switch will mean in the long run.
As many of you have heard, News Channel 7 is undergoing a pretty significant change.
We're going to shut down our current digital transmitter, shut down our analog transmitter, and bring up our brand new digital transmitter.
And that means the end of analog broadcasting, a format News Channel 7 has transmitted for the last 55 years. But to understand the importance of that switch, we first need to go back in time to look at the many changes that have brought us to that point.
We went on the air in October 1954. I made the first announcement putting Channel 7 on the air, and I take great pride in that.
And it was just as exciting for the people of north central Wisconsin, as before Channel 7, the closest TV stations were in either Eau Claire or Green Bay. But once we were on the air, the people of Wausau not only had their own station, but also their own local news coverage.
I was the news director, Howard Gronetsky was the weatherman, and George Bunner was sports. Mark Zelich joined us. I think we'd been on the air about a year or so.
But the faces weren't the only differences between the Channel 7 of yesterday and today, as the station also had a very different location and image.
It was in a building called the Mansion, the Plummer Mansion, and it looked like just a big old granite building, which has its aesthetics, but not for a television station.
Sid Kyler came up with the very clever logo of using the mansion, the knight in shining armor, Sir 7.
Management wanted that kind of a tie-in, and Sid helped conceive Sir 7. Sir 7 and the castle, it fit.
While the station had a personality that would exist for decades to come, its equipment wouldn't fit in quite as well today.
The Plummer Mansion had only one large room to begin with, and the one camera operation.
Obviously everything was black and white. We were in analog back then. All our pictures were in black and white. They came on AP Photofax. We would try to tint them with a little color and put them on the air. Hopefully that would bring some kind of color, which was idiotic, but we tried it anyway.
There was no videotape, no very rare sound on film. That was the archaic way that television worked in those days.
Despite those handicaps, though, there were quite a few moments made and programs started at Channel 7 that would stand the test of time.
During that period, I had a chance to be as innovative as I wanted to be, and so we got the Channel 7 All-Stars, we got the Channel 7 Pinbuster, but also concomitant with the All-Stars back in 1961, we went with the Channel 7 golf tournament.
John Kennedy came here to be interviewed on the air. And I think, as I recall, Howard Gronetsky did the live interview with President Kennedy.
And soon the technology would begin to evolve as well, beginning with the move from Plummer Mansion to the station's new home at 1114 Grand Avenue.
We looked with great favor on having a much more sophisticated and a roomier place in which to work.
Sound film and sound color came when we came into this building in '70, and then we got into electronic news gathering with our first cameras. So yeah, that really moved us into another time and into a more comfortable environment here.
And as time has moved on, technology has evolved with it, from new broadcasting towers and videotape to digital video and our own web channel. But with analog broadcasting coming to an end at News Channel 7, is this the end of an era?
No, I don't think it's the end of an era. I think it's a continuation of from the very beginning until now. It's not the end of anything. If anything, it's a beginning, a new beginning. Technology
Obviously has been a big part of it. There's no question about that, man. But I still think that's a compliment. It is not, and a supplement to what we do. It does not replace what we do.
We're still going to make the same television, put out the same quality product we always have, just in a different format.
And with that 55-year legacy behind us, all of us here at News Channel 7 hope we can continue to match that quality product for another 55. With great pride, I can say I'm Matt Behrens for News Channel 7.
And of course, a big thank you to everyone involved at News Channel 7 from 1954 to 2009.